Hello again and welcome. This is Mr. Skylight coming at you in the flesh and on your pixels. And today we're going to talk about 3 pitfalls to avoid when you're writing music. There are some things that if you do them, they will seriously cramp your style when writing music. I have experienced all 3 of them firsthand, and so I'm going to drop some knowledge on you today so that you do not make those mistakes and you can write music better, quicker, faster, stronger, all that stuff. All right, so pitfall number 1 is not recording that hot new idea that you have. When you are in that inspirational stage where you're starting to write something and you've got a little bit of a melody and you've got some chords and you've got a few lyrics and you're laying it down and seeing how it feels and it's fresh and new, as soon as you get to the point where you like what you have, record it. Pull out your phone and just record it. I was working on a song a few weeks ago. I had half of a chorus, I had some melody, and I had some chords, and I was playing it on my piano, and I was vibing, and it was great. And then I got a phone call, and it was work-related, and it was only gonna take me about 15 minutes to just fix this little problem that I had. And so I dropped what I was doing, and I fixed the problem. And then I came back to the piano, and I had the lyrics written down, and I remembered what the chords were, because there was only 3 chords. But I forgot what the melody was. I forgot the rhythm, I knew a few of the notes, and I sat there for like a half an hour trying to figure out what I had, and I went crazy because I did not record it. So as soon as you get something that you like, and you don't want to lose it, record it. Your DAW or even Microsoft Word or anything that you're working on a computer knows this. It saves your work every 15 minutes so that if it crashes or something, you don't lose it. Be like your computer. As soon as you get something that you like and you don't want to lose, record it, because then you can come back to it and hear it the exact way that you did it. Don't make that mistake. The world will never know that hot idea that Mr. Skylight had, because Mr. Skylight doesn't even know it. Pitfall number 2 is something I never thought I would run into, but then when I was writing the song Cruise, I ran into it. Pitfall number 2 is being too attached to something to not slash and burn. When I was writing the song Cruise, I got this idea. When I think about cruising, I always, for some reason, think about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, which, side note, is about to be re-released. Should be really cool. On that video game, the coolest level is a cruise ship, and you're skating around in this cruise ship, and there's a bunch of things that you have to do. One of the things that you have to do is find this hidden videotape, and when you accomplish any of the tasks, it plays this cool little sound effect, and you feel all awesome, and it's forever stuck in my head. This is literally one of the first things that I came up with. There's gonna be a line in this song about me trying to grab a videotape, because the 1% of people that watch this that have played Tony Hawk will immediately think it's hilarious because they're probably thinking of it too. And then the craziest thing happened. There was a yard sale down the street from my house, and I find the holy grail. I find a VHS of Tony Hawk's Trick Tips, Volume 2. Maybe this is even worth something. I don't even know. Oh, this will be awesome. I can make a little video shot of it kind of like floating in the air and me grabbing it. It'll be amazing for that 1% of people, but it'll be amazing. And as I was writing the lyrics, I was trying to incorporate some set of lyrics about grabbing that videotape, and I just couldn't do it. I was rewriting things, I was getting other ideas, but I'm like, I gotta tie this in. And eventually I realized it's just not worth it. Like, I'm not gonna be able to tie this in. It's just not gonna happen. And for the longest time, I wouldn't let it go. But as soon as I let it go, everything else came together like
3 times faster.
Because I wasn't worried about incorporating that. And I'm so glad that I let it go. I get to talk about it now. So hey, you heard about it. Even if it's like one of the foundational pieces of whatever your idea is, don't get so attached to something. If it starts to be a problem, if you start to run into issues, just consider dropping it. Be like my dream girl.
Just let it go.
Now this 3rd pitfall is something that I didn't think was really that important, but it kept on popping up in song after song after song. And then I come across this guy named Hiller Smith. Now, Hiller Smith is the editor for Jake Paul. He edits his videos, and he has this video called 5 More Editing Mistakes YouTubers Do That I Hate.
And bam!
There it is. He actually explained it way better than I could.
You screwed up. That idea that excites you, do it last. First, get through all of the boring work that you'd rather not be doing. Because now that you have something to look forward to, this is going to give you agency to get through all of that boring stuff.
And the way he put it was, that really cool idea that you have, do it last. The pitfall is, of course, wanting to do it first. So when you have that inspiration for a song, a lot of times there's this one part of a song that is just gonna be so cool and you're really, really hyped about it. You can lay down the framework for it, but do not completely flesh it out first. Because if you do, the entire rest of the song seems boring compared to it. And if you don't, you are looking forward to it the entire time that you're working on all the boring parts. The song gets me higher. I had this idea, I wanted to do an EDM song, and when I did an EDM song, I was like, there's gotta be this hook melody that just gets stuck in your head and sounds so cool, and I've gotta have something. So I came up with a chord progression, and then I'm like, there's got to be a melody that goes and loops with it that is just perfect, that gets stuck in your head and sounds really cool. And so I came up with that melody, and I did not like the sound that I had for it, and I was like, it's gonna be so fun to go through all these cool synth sounds and find something that really pops. And I saved it for the end. And because I saved it for the end, I was looking forward to it through editing the whole song, and then when I got to it, I found Keith's Lucky Star, and bam! I mean, this is still one of my top 3 favorite songs that I've done this year. So when you have that one really cool idea, whether it's editing a video, or whether it's making a song, or even maybe painting a picture or any other type of art, save it for last. Resist the temptation to do it all first. And that will save yourself the headache of having to go through all those boring parts after you've done the exciting part, and instead be looking forward to that super exciting part. Yes, you're still watching. If you liked my video, if you found it useful, let the algorithm know by liking it. Go ahead and subscribe. Follow Mr. Skylight. Come out and see me when I play live. You can check on my social media for all the information, and I will see you next time.